Hey guys, this is Rurouni K95 here, and it is time for a very new special video, because today is October on the Physical Media Video Library series. Today, we're going to be doing something very different though, like the movie versus miniseries overview. We're going to be taking a look at The Shining, the movie versus the miniseries this time, because to see which one tells the differences, like an in-depth overview type video as well. Because I have the Blu-ray and the DVD this time, because this is something that I haven't thought about. Maybe I forgot to do it last year, but this is something that I should have done until now, because this is the first time I wanted to do it as well, just for the second as well. So, we're going to be doing The Shining movie versus miniseries DVD and Blu-ray in-depth overview today on the Physical Media Video Library series. Welcome back. Okay, so today we're going to be doing like the movie and the miniseries versus like in a similar differences of how I'm using as my preferences as well. As a movie buff, because I've always wanted to do this on the Physical Media Video Library series, particularly in this way. If you want me to do like movie versus the miniseries difference, like where I use GIFs from either of the miniseries or the movie, which you know what I mean, which is Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, which is a classic as well. That's a subject for in the future as well. Anyway, so let's dive into, for this comparison I'm doing, and I'm going to explain to you about the differences as well, which we got here on the Physical Media Video Library series, just to take the cake though as well. The first one here I have is The Shining. This is the movie directed by Stanley Kubrick. This is one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies, because, you know, Stanley Kubrick is an excellent director as well. Because apparently, though, Stanley Kubrick is one of my favorite movie directors as well. This is the first time I wanted to show you this one, this is the first time I got this on Blu-ray. I think I got it at Half Price Books a couple years ago, which I remembered as well. It's going to be almost 3 years since I got this on Blu-ray as well. So here is the spine. Yeah, you know the drill as well. Accordingly, this has the little Warner Brothers logo here. This is the GOAT of horror movies on here. If you want to read on the back, go ahead, feel free to read as well, if you like. Didn't you notice that this has a commentary by Steadicam inventor and operator Garrett Brown and historian John Barker, and Vivian Kubrick's documentary, The Making of The Shining, with optional commentary, and there's some 3 featurettes on this Blu-ray-based content as well. Yeah, because this is the first time I wanted to get this on Blu-ray for the very first time, because you can't go wrong with this very favorite horror film from legendary director Stanley Kubrick. Although I have read the Shining novel book that I read back in a library back in like 2017, this has a lot of all things as well. I mean, we all know that this is based on the novel by Stephen King, one of my favorite authors as well. Yeah, because Stephen King was not impressed with The Shining movie directed by Stanley Kubrick as well, because, you know, instead of using a mallet, because the character that Jack Nicholson played in The Shining, he uses like a fireman's axe instead of the mallet, which, when he has like a killing spree, when he becomes a psychotic axe murderer in The Shining, in this haunted hotel on an Indian burial ground, of how, because you know how the movie goes, as how this one. If you want me to do a re-review on the movie, one of these days I will do a re-review on this movie in the film criticisms type way. because I'm starting to feel like as a movie buff, because I love to do a re-review on The Shining at one point. The next one I have, put this right there, I have is the miniseries, which is kind of meh in my opinion. I think, yeah, because Stephen King directed the miniseries, that let-down remake. Yeah, the TV miniseries is kind of, if you want to read, go ahead. This is a hit and miss on the miniseries from the Screen Adapters, who brought you Sleepwalkers and The Stand. We all know this has an audio feature-length commentary on there as well. I mean, Steven Weber is not Jack Nicholson. Well, the only true character who plays Jack Torrance in The Shining is Jack Nicholson. Yeah, the miniseries is a lot closer to the book, because I don't know why though. Parts 1 and 2 is on a flipper disc, and part 3 is on the single disc, like there. Take note on this. Okay, here on the Shining miniseries. Here's what it looks like. This was filmed at the Stanley Hotel instead of this Timberline Lodge that you see in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, because the miniseries is different. It was kind of meh in my opinion, though. Although this has a flipper disc on here. Yeah, it's presented in anamorphic widescreen here. Yeah, take notice on that here. Yeah, and here's part 2. It's double-sided, so this is real. Yeah, because it's a fit. See? It's region 1. It runs about 2 hours and 73 minutes. Yeah, the miniseries was not that even as good. I just wasn't impressed with it but the only way you could watch better is the Stanley Kubrick one, because at least the Stanley Kubrick one is a classic. Because the things what he said in the miniseries, he said, "Here comes Papa Bear," instead of "Here's Johnny," which you see in the Stanley Kubrick one. I mean, at least the Stanley Kubrick's The Shining has beat it to it. Now, because the miniseries, which is the TV remake of The Shining, it was kind of a hit and miss in my opinion, though. Not as good, maybe not as good as The Shining with Jack Nicholson, the one directed by Stanley Kubrick back in 1980. Yeah, because I'm going to give it as a whole full detail for this one as well. Here, because I'll probably put the miniseries of The Shining in one of those, or storage, or sell it online on eBay, especially the miniseries, though, because I needed money, though. But, yeah, money's good, though. But that's a subject for another time. Anyway, so, there is the thing and all the differences. Dick Halloran lives in the miniseries, but in the Stanley Kubrick one, he got killed by Jack Torrance and his axe in this movie, which is the one with Jack Nicholson. Yeah, and in the miniseries, they has those hedge animal shaped bushes one, but in the Stanley Kubrick one has the hedge maze on there. Where Danny was running from Jack when he has an axe in it. When Jack has an axe in the palm of his hand on a cold winter night at that haunted hotel. In this particular adaptation of how I'm giving in the fact, though, that I'm not sure if Cinema Snob reviewed the Shining miniseries or the movie with directed by Stanley Kubrick. Let me know in the comments below. But that's particularly how you want to know about this particular ones as well. I mean, if the only way you could watch something is good, something better, stick with the movie directed by Stanley Kubrick, I'll probably put the miniseries The Shining DVD in storage someday, because, you know, I'm having lack of shelf space as well. Because my horror movie collection isn't big as I thought it would, but because, you know, due to lack of shelf space, because I need to get another shelving unit as well, because that's how I'm giving in the thing as well. But yeah, I mean, the miniseries is a lot closer to the book, but I think the movie is a lot very true, and it's the great example of horror movies that come out in the 80s, especially for a classic like The Shining, you know, the one with Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall. Yeah, the one directed by Stanley Kubrick. Because, well, true basically of how they made this TV miniseries adaptation of The Shining, considered how Stephen King has messed with Stanley Kubrick in its own perspective way of how he makes the miniseries, because he was not impressed with how Stanley Kubrick did The Shining movie back in 1980, because the movie trailer in The Shining, you know, the one directed by Stanley Kubrick, the elevator has filled with blood in it. If you watch the trailer on the movie The Shining as well. Yeah, because they wanted to cast Robin Williams in The Shining, but he kind of passed, so they wanted Jack Nicholson to play Jack Torrance in The Shining, especially what Stanley Kubrick had a lot to do with as well. So that's going to be it for my DVD, the movie versus miniseries DVD and Blu-ray in-depth overview on The Shining for today, you guys. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's what I'm going to say for this one. This is the first time I wanted to do this video here on the Physical Media Video Library series, because Halloween is coming up. Hope subscribe for content. My Anime Planet link in the description down below. You share this video on your Twitter and Facebook if you have a Twitter and Facebook account, and all social media. Smack the like button if you enjoy this video. Feel free to leave in the comments section below about which adaptation of The Shining is better in the comments section below. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, RuRoniK95. Feel free to join my channel, especially if you're new to my channel. As a newcomer, smack the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified as well, because, you know, in the movie The Shining, directed by Stanley Kubrick, because it said, "All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy." This is RuRoniK95 saying thank you for watching my video, and I'm glad you liked it. I hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you soon for the next video. Hope you have a great day. This is RuRoniK95 signing off. Thank you for watching my video, and I will see you soon for more videos.